Hello ladies, and welcome back to another edition of Wigs and Wisdom Wednesday. I am Faith and I am welcoming you because I'm very happy to have you here, especially for this particular edition. I am collabing with 4 other mature YouTubers, and we decided to get together because we felt like with 22 coming along and all of the pressures that a lot of young people face, we wanted to be able to share some of our experiences with you. And that's what this collab is about. So let me introduce you to the ladies that I'm doing this collab with. First is Boombox Beauty. She is a former makeup artist and she does reviews on makeup, and she also has her own makeup line, so you want to go and check her out. She's got some advice for you. I'm also collabing with Simply Deborah. I really love Deborah's channel. She's very informative, and she has a great pound cake recipe on her website. She does wig reviews as well as clothing hauls. Uniquely Vickie is another person that I'm going to be collabing with, and Vickie also does wig reviews and clothing hauls, and Vickie's been around for a while and I really do like her. And of course you are familiar with Weezy Wig Reviews. Weezy and I just did a collab not long ago with Hearts and Cake 90, and Weezy's back to collab with me today, and as you guys know, she does makeup and wig reviews as well. So after you watch this, please go and check out their channels and see what advice they have to offer you. Some of them may be doing wig reviews as well. Some of them may be doing makeup. I told them they could do whatever they wanted. They just needed to give you guys some good advice. So that's what they're going to do. Today, I am actually going to be reviewing the wig I have on, which is the Outre Brizella wig. I have her in the color Chocolate Frost. And before I talk about her, I'm going to share a piece of advice with you. As a young person back in the 70s, I had some decisions that I had to make. At 18 years old, I had a choice. Am I going to leave my mother's house and go to school? What am I going to do? Am I going to work? What am I going to do? And personally, I did not want to do any of them. I had had a summer job before, and working was not something I wanted to do. I had never worked before, and when I worked that summer job, sitting in that chair for 8 hours just about killed me, and I said, no, I don't ever want to do that again. And then of course there was school. I did get a partial scholarship to college, but I was afraid to go because I thought, okay, first of all, I'll be away from home. Second of all, I'll have to work again. I'll have to work because I'll still have to support myself, and I'll have to have money for college. So I was just a big chicken. I didn't want to leave my mother's house. So guess what? A guy comes along, he offers to marry me, take me away, and all of that kind of stuff. And you know how sometimes we fall for that okie doke. So anyway, I ended up making that decision of getting married early, moving to California, and I got pregnant and had a child. So here I am, 19 years old, somebody's wife, somebody's mother. It wasn't all the glam that he promised, and it wasn't all the beautification that I thought it was going to be, being out in that wonderful California sun. Sometimes we were starving out there, I kid you not. We struggled, and I was so upset with myself because it was a decision that I could have made differently and I didn't. And the reason I say that is because people were telling me don't do it. Not only people who are older than me were telling me not to do it, even people who are my peers were telling me not to do it. They said, don't do it, don't go, don't get married, don't do it with him, whatever, just don't do it. And I just didn't listen. And because I was defiant and I wanted to do my own thing and I was scared to be out on my own, I just took this plunge, and I wished I hadn't. So my advice to you is look before you leap. It's an old saying, but trust me, it is tried and true. Look before you leap. Do not make big decisions like that without thinking about the consequences, especially if you decide to get married young and have children. Trust me, that is going to be something that stays with you the rest of your life. You have a child, you brought another human into the world, and you have got to be responsible for that person 24/7, 365. And that was something I was not ready for, especially since we didn't stay together. So I'm just telling you, please learn from my mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of everyone that talks to you and tries to help you, because as young people, you are going to face a boatload of challenges. And you have got to be ready to make those decisions, but take your time. Don't be rushed. Don't feel like you absolutely have to do this because you're running out of time. You are young. You have plenty of time. I thought that too. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. You have time. You have time. Just trust that if you think about it and you take your time making that decision, that you will not regret it. So that is my advice. Look before you leap. Okay, so now that you've heard my advice, I want you, of course, to go over to the other ladies and check out their channels and listen to the things that they have to say, because they all have some personal experiences that they would like to share with you. Now, on to the wig review. Okay, ladies, this is the wig review, and I have Outre Sleek Lay, and this is Brizella. And again, I have her in a color Chocolate Frost. She comes in a lot of other colors. I actually did a lay down with her, and so I'm going to show you that video, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Here I'm using the bald cap method. I'm taking the black can of the Even holding spray to put on the bald cap, because you guys know my hair always gets in the way when I'm trying to lay down a wig. I'm using the blow dry as usual, and it's on the cool setting because I find that if it's not on cool, then you usually get all of that crap, you know, that sticky stuff showing up. So now I'm just taking my Silky Sax melting band, as I call it, and that's a good way to keep that stocking cap down. So I'm just checking the sides to see if everything fits over the stocking cap now that I've got the wig on. So I'm going to proceed to prepare myself to put down the wig. I'm just putting some spray wax on my hair, or on the wig rather, to get the hair out of the way before I start spraying it down. So here I am again. I'm using the Even again on the actual wig lace. And I actually tinted this lace before with that Even tint spray. I'd never used it before, but it worked really well for this particular wig because it was a bit ashy on me when I first put it on. So now I'm just blow drying the Even holding spray into my hair. I got a little bit more into my hair than I really wanted to. But yeah, so now I'm back with the Silky Sax melting band to just make sure that this is a really, really good lay down. So while I'm waiting for it to lay down, I'm just going to take some of my Garnier Fructis, and I'm going to put that in the hair because, as you guys know, using silicone really helps to make sure that you get those tangles out of there. So I'm just finger combing it with that silicone-based serum. So I'm just going to do that all over the hair while I'm waiting for this lay down to work out. Now I'm putting some more of the spray wax. You probably think I really use a lot of this stuff, and I do. So I'm just going to brush the spray wax out before I put my hot comb on the hair, because I'm always afraid that I'm going to burn my hair. And I don't really want to burn the synthetic hair. I mean, even with human hair, I'm pretty careful. So I wanted to make sure that I put that spray on there so that as I was using the hot comb, that it wasn't going to mess things up. Now I'm just taking off the melting band so that I can see what I'm dealing with. And it looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to cut the lace off. Now this is the part that you have to be really careful with, because when you glue down the lace on a wig that's brand new, you have a lot more lace, of course. And so I had to go under to make sure that I got some of that nylon cap out from underneath the lace too, because it was showing through. And the scissors that I have are very sharp. So if you have sharp scissors, be very, very careful. These are Fisker scissors that I use for sewing. And when the glue sticks the lace down a little bit further out than I want to, I kind of have to pull it up a little bit. And then I use the scissors. And these scissors, since they're so sharp, they can really cut you. So be careful. Just take your time and lift the lace up to where you want it to get rid of some of that glue. And then you're going to have to go back in and start taking off of the excess. And that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to take off the excess of this nylon cap underneath this wig here. And just cut that off a little bit, because I don't want it to show through. I'm also cutting off a little bit more of the excess lace where I don't want it to show up, because it glued down again a little bit further out on my forehead than I wanted it to. And so that's basically what I'm trying to do here. Is just make sure that I get all that excess lace off of there before I start putting my makeup on. So here I'm just putting some foam on it, and that kind of completes the lay down process. And it turned out pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? So ladies, as you saw, I did lay her down, and she wasn't really difficult to lay down, but as you saw, I did a lot of work to her. I did not pluck her. I guess I could have, but I did not pluck her. I just put some powder in this part, and I feel like the part is a good size part, so I wasn't concerned about that. I like the texture of the hair. It's a yaki texture. It's not a light yaki. It's more like a real yaki. It's not like a Nisha yaki, but it's a yaki texture. And I love the face framing part of it, as well as the fact that the curls are going in the right direction. So let me show you what it looks like in the back. And also, I actually took some video of her from the inside of the cap. I know a lot of you like to see the inside of the cap, but she's your basic cap construction. I don't know what happened to that video. I think I lost it somehow. But she has 2 combs on the side, 1 in the back, and adjustable straps. She does not have an elastic band inside of her. Again, she is called Flat Lay Sleek Lay. It says lays flatter, lays better. But again, I put heat on her, as you saw in the video. And as far as face framing, like I said, I like the way these bangs are going on the side. But also, if you look at the color of this one, anything that's FF is a face framing color. And this one shows you just a little bit of color around the face. And that's what I really like about the face framing ones. I did have a face framing wig and I sold it. But I kept this one because I like the fact that it was a natural color. I don't really have any cons about this wig. I think it's comfortable. I have a 22-inch head and I think the cap is comfortable. I have a bun in the back of my head and I still don't feel uncomfortable in this wig. I do not have on a wig grip, as you saw. I just did the stocking cap method. I love just the way it, I don't know, like I said, I love face framing wigs, even though it doesn't have any extra color in the front of this. I just kind of like the way these bangs go. This is kind of one of my favorite looks. She is a little longer than I normally wear, but I still like the length. It's not too long, I don't think, in the front. It's not too long. I usually like my wigs to be on my shoulders, but this is fine. I like this one. And I would say she's a winner. She probably could have been plucked a little bit in the front. I did not pluck her, but when I laid her down, she worked out really well on the side, so I didn't have to put any baby hair down or anything like that. So if you are interested in Brizella, I will leave all the information down in the description section, of course, and I will tell you what other colors she comes in too real quick. She comes in a DRFF Black Cherry, again, that's that face framing, a DRFF Honey Brown, a DRFF Sunkissed Brown, a DRFF2 Butterscotch, and a DRFF2 Cinnamon Spice. So it does have a lot of face framing colors if you're looking for something that gives you a little bit of highlight in the front. So it says that she's HD, and I'm not going to totally disagree with that. I remember Weezy said recently about the fact that she wished they would stop calling it transparent because it really isn't. And it isn't. And I actually sprayed this wig with some Even spray that I bought. I never spray my wig lace because I never usually have to, but for some reason this one was ashy even on me. So I sprayed it with some Even. I got the lightest color that they had and I sprayed it on this wig, and I think it turned out, really, really nicely. I kind of like the results of it. So yeah. I don't usually rate my wigs, like give them a 9 or a 10 or anything like this, but I mean, this is a nice wig and I'm just going to leave it at that. I just think it's nice, and yeah, don't have too many problems with it. Well, not any. I don't have any issues with it at all. I think it's a good looking wig. So again, I'll leave that information down there so that you can check her out. She's not new. I mean, she's fairly new, but she's not like brand new. So there'll be other people that you can go and check out to see their reviews. And one of the other pieces of advice I wanted to give you about wigs in general is when you watch people's wig reviews, if you're thinking about getting that wig, I would suggest that you do a couple of things. First of all, find somebody who's your skin color so that you can see what the wig is going to look like on your skin color. Find someone who has the same shape face that you have. Some people have oval faces, some people have heart-shaped faces, some people have bigger round faces. Check out people who maybe weigh around the same thing that you weigh, because that may make a difference. Check out somebody who's as tall as you are. There may be a really tall person that's wearing the wig or a really short person. Check out what the wig looks like on them. So I'm just giving you that advice because that will really help you to make a good decision as to how that wig is going to look on you. Okay? Yeah. So again, don't forget to go and check out my ladies and see what they have to say. Please hit the subscription button and the notification bell if you have not subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for watching again. And as I always say, ladies, if you're going to show love to anyone today, please show it to the creator. I'm still looking good, and of course, so are you. See you next time. and cons of this wig. It is, I would say, big head friendly. I have a 22-inch head, plus I have a big bun back here, and it feels very comfortable. I do not have on a wig grip. I just did the method that you saw, the stocking cap method, and that's it. And it feels very comfortable. It wasn't difficult to lay down, and of course, you know, when you first get a wig, it's going to be easy to lay down because you've got all that lace in the front. It's harder to lay it down once the lace has been cut. So this was not bad. It turned out really well on both sides. Very happy about that. The parting space I think is fine in terms of the width of it. I just put some powder in it. I did not lay any baby hairs, as you guys know. What I really like about this wig is its face framing, and it's more so if you get one of the DRFF colors, because you'll notice the woman who's in the blonde here, she's got those highlights in the front, and that really makes this wig stand out because of the fact that it has this really nice swoop on both sides. Now this wig to me is not, I'm not having issues with the curls. Like the curls are going out the way they're supposed to. I notice that sometimes some YouTubers will complain about the curls going in the different directions, but this one seems to be going in the direction it's supposed to go. So let me show you what it looks like on the side and the back. This is she on the side, and this is her in the back. Now, I didn't feel that she was tangly, and of course you guys know I always use my Garnier Fructis for these wigs because anything with silicone is going to help keep the tangles at bay. This one, of course, I can run my fingers through it, it's no big deal. I also used my Got To Be Glued wax spray at the top, also in the front, and I used my Outre olive oil, as you saw as well. So yeah. So she wasn't humpy, although I did put heat on her at the top. I did put some heat on her. But all in all, I think she's a really nice wig. She's the right length. She's not too long. I like to wear my wigs to my shoulders most of the time. But this one is a nice length. I like it. And again, she's yucky. I wouldn't say she was a light yucky. And I wouldn't consider her a Nisha yaki. She's kind of in between a light yaki and a Nisha yaki. And again, I just love the face framing aspects of this particular wig. So if you're interested in Brizella, I will put the information down in the description section for you. Let me tell you what color she comes in besides Chocolate Frost, which is what I have. She comes in a DRFF Black Cherry, a DRFF Honey Brown, a DRFF Sun Kissed Brown, DRFF2 Butterscotch, which I think Weezy Reviews did, and DRFF2 Cinnamon Spice. So yes, she's really pretty. She is called Sleek Lay Part. So yeah, I would say she lays down, although like I said, I did put some heat on her. They say it lays flatter, and I guess you could say that it does lay flatter. But yeah, it's nice. It's a nice wig. So yeah. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscription button and the notification bell, because that notification bell lets you know when I put up new uploads, and the subscription button just helps me get my numbers up, which is what I'm trying to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to go and see the other ladies. Their links are going to be down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as I always say, if you're going to show love to anyone, ladies, please show it to the creator. I'm still looking good, and of course, so are you. See you next time.